Hey, welcome back to the Wildings Landing. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you. A little brief description about us. My sister pointed out that I don't I don't do this enough. Brief description, we are a 2.5 acre off-grid homestead. We will eventually have a home here. We bought the property approximately a little over 3 years ago, and I've been planting here since about 6 months in. Took us about 6 months for us to clear off an area for me to plant anything. But as soon as it was cleared, I started planting. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, um, this was our allium garden. We planted red creole and another variety of onion that is totally escaping me right now. It was a yellow onion. Um, they didn't do so well. Nah. We'll try again in the fall. I'm going to plant earlier and do some things different. But we're going to bring sweet potatoes in here now. And yesterday, my son spent the day, see a little tomato plant down there that was left. This is where a lot of that volunteer garden came from. We put a lot of compost, our own compost, down here before planting the onions. And that's where a lot of the volunteers from the other garden that I showed you, where all the tomatoes, things like that. But I left some of them in here. One down there, and we've got a cherry tomato over there. The sweet potatoes aren't going to hurt them. They're going to drown them out, but it won't hurt anything necessarily. There's still some green onions planted along the edge right here and down there around that tomato. So those are going to stay. We do have two varieties of sweet potatoes that we're planting this year. I'm going to go back to the Centennial because my youngest son really enjoyed those and he's never liked sweet potatoes. So, worth planting again. And some Georgia Jets. I'm going to label the rows so that we kind of know what we're harvesting, although I know that you won't even see the labels by the time it's time to harvest. What we did here is put down 10-10-10 fertilizer, covered that with the compost from Waste Management. You can see that right there. And then I came through and held it up with the sand that was existing here. That also has 10-10-10 and compost and stuff in it. The compost is probably not real viable. It was put down in the fall. But I'm going to see what this weather does over the next couple of days. We're supposed to get a lot of rain. I'm going to see what the weather does to these mounds, if they need to be remounded before I put the sweet potato slips in, which came yesterday. I will mound it up again with compost. And then that's pretty much all we're going to do with them. I might side dress them in about 35 days. But with sweet potatoes, you just don't have to do much. And they're one of my favorite veggies. Alright, I'm going to entitle this Sweet Potatoes and Sunflowers. So let's go see one of the reasons why. We'll be right back. Back here we have 150 sunflowers planted. They're supposed to be blue. Go ahead, tell me it was fake. I think I already know. But I thought I had done my research. Oh well, it doesn't matter. The reason that they're being planted, I mean, if they turn out blue, that'd be really cool. But I mentioned quite some time ago that there'd be a wedding here eventually, and the date for that wedding is quickly approaching, and sunflowers are the bride's favorite flower. We have taken 50 pounds of sunflower seeds and lined 3 perimeters of the property. The wedding will be here, and these will be hopefully part of her bouquet. And hopefully, I've got a lot of different varieties planted in different areas. This is just one small example. And the only reason I'm showing you this is part of an experiment. I got 350 seed packs, which there were like 75 in each pack. There were not really just 50. 100 of them or more I soaked overnight and planted this morning. These 50 were not soaked overnight. They were just planted as you might typically plant them. So I'm kind of experimenting to see which one will germinate faster, which is why I brought you along for this one, so that we can see with sunflower seeds if you soak them overnight. I didn't see any research on this, didn't even bother looking it up, to be very honest. I just started playing with the idea. All right. Thank you very much for joining us. We love you. We appreciate you. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Got any questions? We can talk about it. Thank you. Talk to you soon.